Hey everybody, this is Killer Arcade Games. I'm Chris, and today I'm going to be playing some Hydro Thunder on my real Hydro Thunder cabinet. I forgot I've only done this one time, and that was right when I got the cabinet, and this was my first ever real arcade cabinet purchase. And when I got it, the monitor was in pretty rough shape. It needed a new flyback. This stuff may mean nothing to you if you're watching this, but that means I had to leave it on for probably I don't know, 30 minutes at least to get the image to look good. And it still looked pretty mediocre. So I thought it's time to redo this. I'm now, I don't know, probably a year plus since my last time doing that. Easily a year plus now because I was still in the garage then. I'm now in my shedcade, which is a shed in my backyard that we had the shed built. It's a tough shed. Had it built, turned it into an arcade in the backyard here, and yeah, so that's where I'm recording this now. So let's play through some Hydro Thunder. I think I'm going to try to do all the tracks. And, excuse me, hopefully I don't burp the whole way through this, but here we go.
Hydro Thunder!
So today's Monday, and Mondays typically suck, so what I usually like to do is actually record a gameplay Monday, which is where I just kind of ramble on about whatever while I play one of my favorite arcade games and try to distract you from a potentially bad Monday.
Thunder Park!
I am not a big fan of Thunder Park. Really, I don't like any of the lap-based tracks in this game that much. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's not enough variety. Maybe it's because once you use your boost, or your bonus, or you pick up all the boosts, I mean, you kind of are stuck with not getting them anymore. So if you get them all on the first lap, you gotta have no boost the rest of the game. Maybe that's why it bothers me. I turned the volume down a little bit before I started. I hope it was enough because I don't want to have to yell over this thing forever. I was trying to avoid that, but it doesn't matter if you go over it. I'm getting all the good ones. I don't know this track that well. I can't anticipate what's coming around every corner. So it's possible I'll just get all the boosts right away. Don't get that one. Okay, kill the crowd. Good. We'll take that one now, just in case I screw up the jump on the next lap. So as usual, I'm recording this on Sunday. Had a fun live stream last night, didn't get it. I don't know, those are always fun to do. I really enjoyed playing Killer Instinct online like we did last night. Totally missed that, didn't mean to. You know what, I'm gonna get this now because it won't do me any good at the end of the final lap. Let's get some jumps going. These supposedly help your time, but I don't know. I always see the speedrun guys on the console versions, at least, doing the jumps repeatedly. So it's funny, the Hydro Thunder video I have that's the most popular is from when I didn't have the arcade and all I could do was play the PC version, which is not a bad version of the game by any means, but I think in the video I even said, man, I really would love to have the real cabinet maybe one day. And I think pretty soon after that, new record, pretty soon after that I found this cabinet for I think $450. It was pretty far down near Brownsville, or I don't remember where it was. I think Edinburgh, Texas, which is near the border. You know what, we'll do a CAG, why not? Killer Arcade Games, there we go. And I didn't know what I was doing. I even told my wife, who has been given the name Lady CAG on the channel, that I'll buy it, play it a little bit. If I can't fix it, I'll put an LCD in it, which I didn't even know how to do at the time either. And I'll just sell it. Hopefully I'll make a little money, I thought. I never sold it, obviously. It's still here. I enjoyed cleaning it up so much. I found a friend, JoJo from the Wicked Arcade on YouTube. He lived near me, just happened to live near me. And he's like, hey, we're pretty close. I can come help you get it running. And by help, he meant I'm going to go ahead and redo the chassis and the flyback and everything for you. And now I have a really good-looking, beautiful K7500 monitor here. Didn't have to go the LCD route, which was awesome because I was going to, not knowing what I was doing with these. And thank you to JoJo for saving me from going LCD. Now, that said, there's not really anything that wrong with LCD on this game. Because this game's, PC-based hardware. I still argue that the CRT looks much better, but going LCD is not the end of the world because this game actually is a medium res game, which is still a pretty low resolution, especially by today's standards, but it doesn't look bad on an LCD. Oh, I messed that up, but it kind of worked out. But I'm really happy I was able to stick with the CRT, and it's been running great ever since, thankfully. And since then, I've learned quite a bit. I now have I think I've bought 7 or 8 real arcades and had to do a couple small CRT repairs myself. So after watching JoJo do it for long enough, I'm starting to get confident. Today I finished putting up I say gutters, but it's one straight 18-foot section of gutter along the back of the building here, the shedcade, and that was to keep water from, when it rains really hard, I don't want water running under the building, which it already was doing that for the last year or so. I guess it's been about a full year or so now since I built the building. It's a little over a full year. And it kind of sucks because I think it caused some erosion underneath the foundation, which is just blocks and, you know, holding up the whole building underneath here. Kind of like a mobile home, probably not as well done or something, but the back of the building started to dip a little bit. And I know this for a fact because I put anchor straps deep into the ground, 3 feet down with concrete and everything. They're not coming out. Excuse me. One of my favorite tracks, by the way. And it's deep in the ground. This thing is anchored to the ground tightly, and then I noticed when I started thinking, hey, I feel like the building isn't quite level on the back. And it would make sense because I got all the heavy machines back here on the back of the building. I went and felt those straps, and they were no longer tight on the back. So it's definitely leaned a little bit, which I knew would happen. But I'm trying to avoid that getting worse. We're in a terrible drought right now anyway, so I don't have to worry much about rain now, but all signs point to us having a flood of some kind or a very rainy season coming up soon. And I say all signs, but I mean my own observations of tracking the weather here for the last 10-15 years. So we usually get really, really dry for a while, and then we get literally a flood that, you know, makes our lakes overtop, you know, or get over full and all that stuff. And we are in desperate need of that anyway, because the lake is almost at record low, or the lowest it's ever been since it was filled in the 60s or whatever. So I'm hoping we get some rain, but I didn't want to damage the building, so I got a bid for gutters. The bid was $800 for 36 feet of gutters. 36 total feet of gutters. The front and the back of the building is all that needs it because the building, the roof is an A-frame or an A shape, and the water runs off just the front and the back. There's really not even an eave on the sides. Oh, I got it. All right. My boost jump has not been great lately. $800. I knew it would be a lot. I knew it would be more, of course, than just doing it myself, obviously, but it's so hot, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a bid, and $800 is what I got. So I get it. I have a business. I put out bids, but the stuff that I put out bids for, you really can't do yourself very easily. Like, you can't just go to Lowe's and treat your house for termites, you know? So, excuse me. I went to Lowe's, I bought vinyl gutters that I decided I was going to do myself, watched a YouTube video. Almost got my name up there. Sorry, I've got something in my sinuses. I mowed the yard this morning after finishing the gutters, and I'm like allergic, I guess, to the grass or something. I don't know.
Arctic Circle.
Of course, everything looks so easy when you're watching a YouTube video, right? You know what? I'm going to go safer route and go Title Blade. Everything looks so easy. It wasn't easy. I was like, this will be no problem. I'm going to build them on the ground, put them together. I'm going to have someone hold them up, and I'm just going to go up there and screw them in at a slight slope, right? That'll be cool. Uh-oh, I think I missed it. I got it. Yeah, I get up there, and there's not a lot of eave on this building anyway, so I was already struggling a bit. But I screw it in, and I don't know how it happened, but every time I would screw it in, there must be something in there that I can't see. As soon as it got almost all the way screwed in, it would drop. And I was like, God, I was so frustrated. But I got him up there. Long story short, we'll just keep it short. I got him up there on the back today. Finished the back. Got the downspouts screwed in and everything and put up. Cool, totally missed that because my boost didn't work. Oh, and I'm going to miss that too. And tested them, put the garden hose, you know, made it like rain on the roof, and they worked. I'm not 100% happy with it, but hey, for a first-time gutter installer, I'm gonna call it a win, I guess. $250, but I don't know, I may end up not doing the front with how rough that back portion was. The front's not that big a deal because the yard slopes downward, and all the rainwater that comes off the roof usually just runs away from the building then, but we'll see. I need to give it a few days, decide if I want to tackle that headache, and yeah. Home ownership is great. I mean, I'm very grateful that we bought a house when we did, because I can't imagine the trouble of buying a house now. For one, I hate to be negative, but I was telling Lady Cag yesterday when we went out to eat, this place makes great sandwiches. We love Lenny's sandwiches. It's a chain, but there's only a few here. And we go to one that's far from our house because they have the best location, but the problem is, it's like it's seriously, and I'm not even exaggerating, probably 90% of the time, you put in your order online, you go pick it up, they're gonna get something wrong, especially on my wife's sandwich. She's a little pickier, she likes things a certain way, so it's partially her fault, I'm sure. But I was telling her, like, you know, it's come to the point now where when you run into somebody who is, it used to be like this, in my opinion. You'd run into somebody at a store and be like, man, they were really bad at their job. And you'd be like, God, that person was terrible. That's when you commented. Now I only comment when I'm like, wow, this person's really good at their job, because it seems like everybody is so bad now, does not care, doesn't want to be there, has the worst attitude about being there. And I'm getting so tired of it. I mean, and I've been hearing, because, you know, I talk to a lot of guys in the trades, you know, I have a blue-collar job. I do go to new construction sometimes, but not much, thankfully. I'm not on the construction site much. But I hear about how bad it is to build a house right now, because nobody is skilled at what they do, and if they are, they want too much money. And you know, they end up getting the bottom of the barrel, basically. And then I run into people who are buying a house. Like, my cousin's having a nice new house built. I've been trying to talk her. I haven't tried, but she has a perfect area for an arcade right off the pool out back. And I was like, man, you could put some cool arcades in here. It'd be really nice for a pool party, you know? But anyway, I ran into her husband when I was there the other day, and he's like, I was like, so when are you moving in? He's like, I don't know. No idea. The house is built, by the way. Still needs a lot of finishing inside and stuff. The pool is done now. But he's like, I don't know, maybe September. I have no idea. I'm like, so it's that bad? He's like, yeah, it's just a mess. Like, everybody's bad at their job all of a sudden. COVID, I think, ruined a lot of people's work ethic. This, like, realization maybe that, oh, life isn't all about work, and I fully agree with that. I am all for a work-life balance, but, you know, you have to actually be good at what you do to have a good work-life balance, in my opinion. Otherwise, you're going to be at McDonald's, and there's really nothing wrong with working at McDonald's, but you're going to be at McDonald's and you're going to be miserable, and you're going to expect to still get some kind of work-life balance, and you just can't. That's the simple fact. It's like, it's seriously just kind of like nature, in my opinion. Like, you can't get anything for free in nature. There's a cause and effect for everything. So it's all the same. Like, if you're bad at your job or you don't put any effort in, you're going to be the crappy person at your job, and everyone knows you're the crappy person, and they treat you as such. So I don't know. It's easy for me to talk crap, though. I'm being handed a successful business from my family, and I've never had a corporate job, so I understand that I don't know that much. So please don't get mad at me. I'm not trying to talk crap about everybody like I know everything there is to know. But I can tell you, I do know how to talk to customers. I do know how to treat people. You can sense when they want something. You can sense when they're not happy. It just seems like people don't care anymore. Like, that same McDonald's, I went there a couple weeks ago, got a Big Mac and fries, come home, start eating it, and I'm like, something's weird about this. There was no meat. No meat. How do you forget the meat? There's a song about the Big Mac. It starts with 2 all-beef patties, and they didn't have them on there. And the funniest part was, like, I can understand a mistake. Maybe I got somebody's weird order by accident. But I go back, and they're like, oh, I guess. Like, the teenager at the box sounded annoyed when I went back to, like, tell him, hey, I ordered a Big Mac and got no meat on my burger. I expected, oh my God, I'm sorry. We'll get that fixed for you. No problem. I got the, okay, I guess we could fix that. Oh, you guess. You guess. All right. You guessing is why you're not going to be very successful in life. I'm sorry. You might want to change that. And they were annoyed when I asked just to get me new fries, because by that point they were old. You know, McDonald's fries have a very quick
Time extended.
expiration date on them. It's like you get about a 15-minute window at the maximum before there's still the magical McDonald's fries, and then they turn to this weird inedible piece of crap that you don't want to eat. Sorry, I am really ranting. I'm in a mood today, apparently. I apologize. You just came here to see a little Hydro Thunder gameplay, and you got some old white guy yelling at you. Okay, boomer, right? Oh, did I make that? Oh, come on. Give it to me. Go. I don't like this track very much.
Time extended.
I like... Oh, wow, I screwed that up. I can't even blame the track. There's something about this track. The flow feels too slow. I can't nail... I don't know. It just doesn't feel good. Too many sharp corners, maybe, too. It just takes the speed out of the track. It's not my favorite. I'll bet if I looked at the audits on the arcade, it would tell me I haven't played it much. Which, you know, hey, could be why I'm bad at it. So there you go. Here we go. Get it. Got it. Well, I'll stop complaining now. You guys saw one of my recent videos. I think it was last Wednesday's video about my new arcade I bought. Wow, that was one of my best times. It was 2 seconds, almost 2 seconds away from my very best. So that shows you how mediocre I am, or how little I play this. Wow, and that was my 6th best time. So I don't play this track nearly enough. I got a Silver Strike bowling cabinet. I am struggling to figure out what I want to do with that. I got it for $75 in case you haven't seen the video. By the way, I talked right over my favorite track, Lake Powell, one of my favorites. I think it is my favorite, though.
New York disaster.
It's fully functional and everything, but man, the cabinet needs love. And I say love because you really have to love working in the heat here in the garage, trying to make this cabinet look good. And I was fine to do that with Killer Instinct 2, with Mortal Kombat 4, you know, with every other machine I've brought in here, but I don't know, I just don't think I have it in me, and I hate it because I like the game, and if I had a Golden Tee 1-Up right now, Arcade 1-Up, I probably would just put the guts inside of that cabinet so I can at least play the game and then sell that at a later date. But I just think that I'm going to try to get a Gameplay Monday video out of it, and unfortunately I don't think I'm going to do much more work to it. I'm still teetering on keeping the guts, like trying to decide, do I want to keep the PC, all the guts of the game, so I could put it in a cabinet at a later date if I want, or if I want to just try to get, you know, a good flip off this cabinet. You know, if I paid $75 for it, now I did drive 5 hours to get it and back. Well, 5 hours total, there and back. Just trying to decide if I want to actually try to make money off the deal instead of just losing it. I'm not really in the arcade flipping business. I'd much rather just buy games I love and keep them. But I bought this one because it was $75 and it had a good working monitor in it that I can use for a future project. Oh, this was probably a bad idea. Didn't even get the bonus, just lost my speed. So we'll see. I don't know what to do with it. I'm so torn. I took the trackball apart, cleaned it yesterday, and it plays a lot better than it did when I got it. It was really, really dirty in there. Skin cells from like 1,000 people in there. It looked like white powder in the bottom. It was really disturbing. I'm not a germaphobe necessarily, but that kind of stuff, when you see that amount of just random humanity skin cells, it's a little freaky. Wow, that was a bad run, I thought, and I got really close to breaking my record. Let's see where I was. Wow, number 2. Huh. All right, well, let's move on to the hard tracks. The You're Crazies, and maybe we'll pepper in like a hidden track. Let's see, maybe we'll do that now. Which one is it? I can't even remember. There it is. Another lap-based track. I can't remember if there's any other ones all of a sudden. I'm going to do it anyway, and I'm going to just take a chance on a boat I never race as. Let's try Thresher.
Thresher!
We'll get to the hard tracks after this. It's a cool looking track with the sky being kind of night dusky. There's a hidden boost right there. Somehow it gave it to me, and I didn't really make the jump, but I'll take it. I'll save that for a later turn. Whoa, this is a tough track. It's tight. Can you go over this? No. Definitely can't. Whoops. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm screwing it up now. All right. Hydro Thunder is definitely tied with my favorite racing game. Tied as my favorite racing game. You know, the only other one that I think I might love more equally is Rush the Rock, which is next to it right here. They're very different, which is nice. It's nice to have a variety. It's not like it's another boat racing game. I have jet skis, but I'm not some boat race. I don't race anything, you know. It's not like I have a boat race fetish. Try not to get that. I'm probably gonna lose it. But they're pretty different. Keep me entertained. I don't get bored of either of them. There are times where I don't play them for a couple days easily, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just feel very lucky to actually have these in my house. This was always a dream. It's not really in the house, but it's on my property. That's a good thing. Uh-oh. And it's been nice. It's also been cool getting to learn about all these machines. I worked, if you don't know the channel, I worked in an arcade for, off and on for probably a total of 5-6 years. And I wasn't a game tech or anything, but I did, occasionally work on the games when they had problems. If I could fix them there, I would, which I didn't really know what I was doing in most cases. So I couldn't just fix a lot of them. A lot of ticket jams, a lot of stuff like that I could do, no problem. Like take apart a ticket dispenser, refill a token changer, all that. But it was cool to see the game techs do a lot of stuff. So I kind of learned some things, but I'm really learning a lot now that I'm in this room alone, there's 6 real machines in here now, and I won't lie to you, they need work frequently with their age. So, but that's part of the. If you don't like that, don't buy arcades. If you don't think you're gonna like having a little maintenance to do on machines and tinker a little bit, these are not for you. Buy the arcade one-ups. You'll be happier in the long run, I think. I have problems with arcade one-up. I don't think they're a great company. I think they make a lot of mistakes. But they're just, simply put, they're better for certain people, and that's fine. That means more arcades for me at a cheaper price when they're out for sale, but yeah, you have to like working on it is what I'm getting at. And I'm not talking like every day you have to come in and fix 1 out of the 6, but you do have to do quite a bit of work. Things may just break suddenly and you got to start being a detective trying to figure it out. I'm, again, very lucky because I know there's a secret behind that waterfall, but I get better times going this way. I just want to save you the comment. If I miss anything else, let me know. But I am very lucky to know a lot of good people, like through YouTube now. I've met a lot of people who are very knowledgeable, who have helped me tremendously, whether just by advice or actually physically coming here and helping fix stuff. Ooh, I think I did the jump. Yeah, that was a good jump. Like right now, you probably can't see it. There is a little issue on my screen where there's black lines appearing, very thin, and I finally realized what's causing it, at least I believe I do. From a video from Mike's Amateur Arcade Monitor Repair. I can't remember which one or I would share it. But the monitor chassis, which is the circuit board with all the power stuff on it and controls the screen and whatnot, it is not properly anchored to the frame of the monitor. So I'm getting interference because I'm not getting a good ground. So I got to take it out again. I only had 1 screw. I don't know where they've all gone, but that's all that was with this cabinet. So I got to get some more screws, anchor that chassis so we get a nice good ground, and the monitor looks good. Now it doesn't always show up. Like right now it's completely clear, but when the steering starts jerking around a lot, it must make a loose connection on that ground. But see, I never would have known that if it weren't for the help of Mike's Amateur Arcade Monitor Repair. So I plan to make a video on that, by the way, trying to help people who are getting into arcades, tell you guys where to go to get good help, to get good, have good resources to buy things, all that. Venice Canals is one I never played in the arcades. Just I don't know why I skipped it. It says it's ultra hard, which also I think that's what Nile Adventure says, but I like this track. I think my best time is respectable. I mean, I don't do any of the hidden boats. I don't do any of that. I don't do the jumping constantly. This is an old throttle. I've rebuilt it, and it's as good as it's going to get, but jumps are not real consistent with it, unfortunately, even though it's been calibrated, and I think it's just the mechanics of it are actually wearing out, unfortunately. Let's see if I can do decent. There's a couple critical points in this. I'm not getting that. A couple critical points in this race, like jumping over that really hard turn. Instead of making the turn, you just jump right over the barrier, which is nice. Let's see if I can pull it off. You're not making me miss that, man. Here we go. Let's see if I can do it.
Time extended.
Yeah, that's the time saver right there. And then, yep, landed it. This one as well. That's how you save some real time on here. Hopefully you get a better landing than I did. Oh, and I totally missed that, so that's it. I lost this run. I don't know how I squeezed right by that boost, but I did. It's still a decent run, I'm sure. It's just I'm not gonna be breaking any of my times. I'm already at the point now where I'm like the razor's edge. If anything goes wrong, I don't get it. Hidden boost coming up right here. Got it. 9-seconder in that chandelier. 3 seconds behind my best time. A little over 3 actually. Ooh, it's a sloppy run. There was a time where I was playing this a lot. I just have not had a lot of time this last couple of weeks, so I haven't played much. And then I've been playing too many other games, which really throws off my skill. Come on. Boom. Best time is 1:28.53, so I'm pretty proud of that. I think that's a respectable one. I like to drum on the seat.
Hydro
Excuse me, we have one more left.
Choose your track.
Ultra hard also. Okay, I was gonna say, this is an ultra hard track. I love this track, but just like Venice Canals, if you miss one thing, there's no chance I'm beating my best time. It would be awesome if I could beat my best time on camera, so I have that record, so I can actually put it in with the speed runs, which I'm not the best at any of those. Like I said, even my best time's not gonna beat a speed runner, because they use the crazy boats. They're jumping through everything. They've like memorized it. There's not a lot of speed runners though on the actual arcade hardware. It's all console guys. So I'm still proud. You'll see my best time after this. Excuse me. Go! This track takes so long to load that the little loading sound, that clip that plays, just plays too long and actually loops back around. Although this cabinet is running on the original hard drive somehow. I refuse to change it unless I have to. And good thing is, replacements are cheap and they're flash once you replace them, but I know that it will adjust the load time a little bit and it will be a faster load. Oh my God, I screwed it up. That was a big mistake already. I'm gonna go ahead and run it through and let's see if I can't. I hate to really miss something critical like that, but oh well. My nose is definitely tickling a lot after mowing the yard. I had a guy mowing my yard, but we decided to do it ourselves. Oh crap, I got that at least, okay. Not the perfect landing, but that was a solid landing. I may clear the water, not quite. That's okay though. Just let me get that boost. Yes, turn it around. And we're off to the races. So that's the hardest thing for me to hit with my kind of bum throttle over here that doesn't work very well. I don't get the timing right. The jumps, I can't consistently gauge how good my jump's gonna be with this throttle, unfortunately. One of these days, I'm gonna dig into it. Well, actually, there's not much more I can do. This one was cobbled together from 2 throttles. The original one that was on here and one I bought on eBay used. So this is about as good as it's gonna get for now, unless I magically find a brand new one that was never used somehow. Oh, that was bad. Oh, this is not good. Can I get this though? All right, so that's a decent one. Get up on the wall, get some real speed going, try to get that. Got it. All right, I'm gonna miss that one, but I'll take it. If any arcade owner ever happens to see this and you have a Hydro Thunder, do me a favor and do your customers a favor, especially if it's on free play. Change it to where all these tracks are just unlocked by default. Oh my God, I missed it, but I kind of worked it out. There's a bunch of hidden boosts up here. I'm gonna miss that one and the next. Very bad. Oh, I didn't give it to me, huh? Ideally, you jump in the water, jump over everyone, get all the boosts that are hidden there, and you'll have like a full meter. But yes, please go into the service settings and just have all tracks open to race. It's so stupid when I go to a free play based arcade, meaning I pay to get in and everything's on free play. that you have to work to unlock the tracks. I get it. Wow, that was terrible. I get it when you were in the arcade where you had to pay tokens, you wanted to incentivize them to keep playing. You don't need to do that. It's a free arcade. Oh man, this isn't going to be a terrible time. Almost sub 3 minutes. So my best is 2:50.8. 2 minutes, 50 seconds, 0.8. 50 seconds, 0.8. Yeah, okay. Well, that was fun. I know there's more tracks, more hidden tracks. I can't remember, I get confused. Are they on the arcade or are they just the ones that are on the console versions? I honestly can't remember. Let me know in the comments. I hope my ramblings and the gameplay distracted you from your Monday. And I hope that you have a good rest of your week. If you did enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. If you happen to be finding this and you're a new viewer to the channel and you want to see more arcade content, I have Mortal Kombat 4, Killer Instinct 2, Rush the Rock, Target Terror back there. I'm going to be getting more real arcades eventually too. Got a couple arcade one-ups over there. I just generally like to play arcade games, whether it's emulation or the real thing. I prefer the real thing, of course. But with limited space, I don't have that option to buy all the real cabinets. But if you want to see more, please click the subscribe button. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how your Monday is going. Let me know what you think of Hydro Thunder. A lot of people see these videos and they're like, oh, this brings back so many memories. Thank you. I love this. So that's actually really good to hear because, you know, I could just come in here and play games. I don't have to record them. But then again, I probably wouldn't have all this stuff if I didn't record them. So it's a give and take. But let me know how it was for you in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.